Okay guys, Swiss Mois de Learn Python Dinada Sana. You're welcome to this session. Actually, in this session, we're going to cover how you can make data analysis in Python by using Pandas. So if you're a data scientist or machine learning engineer, I hope you are very familiar with Python Pandas. So here on front of your screen, you can see this is actual our data set with the name data.csv. It actually contains the few information about employee, okay? So there is employee column, which actually takes employee's name, there is gender, there is salary, there is department, and there is country. So the idea of creating something like this is how we can play with data and end up with handful information. So if you are a data analyst of a company or an office, this is your main task, okay? The main task is to analyze your data set or your data and ending up with handful information about your data. So this was just simple data, okay? So based on your data set, we'll actually try out to ask a different question like who is highest paid employee? Okay, so we'll explore by using Pandas just to figure out who is most paid employee, okay? We'll actually try to see who is lowest paid employee, okay? We'll actually try out to find the employees from different countries. Like I may ask you how many employees are from USA, how many employees are from Brazil, how many employees are from Italy. This is not on the case of SQL, okay, but also Pandas is a very powerful tool, and it can actually filter out the data based on your chosen criteria, okay? So we'll actually try out to find how many employees are working in a specific department like HR, IT, and whatever. We'll actually try out to see how many employees are working in a specific department but from a specific country. Like how many employees are from HR department and IT while they are employees from USA. Okay, we'll do a lot of stuff just to end up with handful information. But the good thing about data analysis is when visualization comes into a picture. So we'll try out to use Matplotlib to plot some masterpiece. In Spanish, they say maravilloso. We'll try out to plot maravilloso figures like bar graph. We'll try out to explore how we can plot pie chart and a different kind of figures in Matplotlib. As I think you probably know that why do we most of the time prefer to use these figures, or why do we like to visualize our data set? The good thing about visualizing your data set, it gives you a clear picture and a clear understanding of the state of your data set, okay? And it is very useful for the management, you know. Most of management people do not like to read a lot of details, read a lot of numbers, but when you plot out your graphs or your figures, they give a total understanding, a bigger picture of a data set into their subconscious mind. So this is what we are actually going to cover, okay? I've said this is going to be advanced data analysis because it compresses most important features or things you can do in data analysis. So I think I'm talking too much, and the introduction is becoming bigger and bigger and boring, okay? So get prepared, and if you have not installed Anaconda, make sure you install Anaconda. And from Anaconda, we use one of a popular package for data analysis, which is Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so after successful installation of your Anaconda, this is actually how you can find out Jupyter Notebook. You can write something like this, Jupyter Notebook. You can choose to open or run as the administrator. As I've told you that, make sure you have already installed the Anaconda Navigator. So that's all. That's the main requirement for carrying out this session. Thank you. Get a cup of coffee just to fire up your brain and your mind so as you have a high energy and a total concentration to this maravilloso session. So here we proceed, right? So this is our dataset which has the name data.csv. I'll provide the link of my GitHub repo so as you can download this CSV file. Okay, so let me double click just to open it. As you can see, it is normal Microsoft CSV, okay, which contains almost 13 rows. Okay, so I'll provide this as a resource for you to carry out this video. So let's start together from the scratch. Okay, so click new so as we can create a new Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so here you can say advanced data analysis. That's perfect. So the first thing when data science or data analysis comes into a picture is loading your dataset. You can never do anything without loading your dataset. So the first thing is to load the dataset, then after we can proceed with the other different operations on data. As I've told you that we are going to use Pandas, which is Python popular tool for data analysis. So before using, we must import. So import Pandas as PD. Okay, you can import as whatever. You can import it as PM, whatever. But most of the time, we data scientists prefer to import Pandas as PD. Okay, so from Pandas, import read underscore CSV, which help us to read CSV file extension. Okay, so df is equal to read CSV. Okay, read CSV. Then after data.csv. Okay, then after df.head. Actually, df.head will display the first 5 rows of your dataset. So after that, click run. You can see we have successfully loaded our datasets by using Python Pandas. Okay, as I've told you that by default data.head it shows the first 5 rows. Okay, but you can do more according to your preference. Okay, you can say you want to see first 10 data from your dataset. That's okay. So after loading the dataset, another thing we can do is we can try out to check or to retrieve the unique column names, or I can say the column names of our dataset. So here, let me copy the comment. This, my laptop is actually new, so I don't know the shortcut where to get the hash. Okay, that's why I've tried to copy it, because I'm not yet familiar with my keyboard. So here we can say getting column names. Okay. So what we can do here, we can say column names is equal to list, then after put bracket, data.columns. Okay, then after we print column names. That's okay. So let us run this cell off. Okay, it's not data, it is df. That's okay. You can see our column names is employee, gender, salary, department, and the country, as shown here on cell number 2 output. That's cool. So after getting the column names, actually the next thing we're going to do here is let us try out to figure out who is most paid employee, the employee with highest salary. Okay, take this as a scenario that your boss has given you a big Excel which contains of thousands, hundreds of employees, and you ask to find out who is most paid employees. Okay, possible if you're using Excel, I don't know, you could maybe sort the column maybe according to ascending order or descending order. But in Python Pandas, this is quite a very simple, okay, very simple. So what we can actually do here, let us put comment and say selecting an employee with highest salary. Okay, that's cool. So we want to get who is most paid employee. So we can say max salary. Okay, max salary is equal to df. Okay, go to column salary, then after find the max, the number which is largest among all numbers. This is quite very simple. We use function max on our data frame to get who is most paid employee. Okay, and here we can say max salary. That's perfect. Once we learn this cell, you can see the most paid employee is paid 99 USD, 99,000 USD dollars. Okay, and this employee is somebody here. Okay, let me open up this data. You can see the most paid employee is somebody, this one, Alexander. He is a male from Spain. That's cool. So on inverse or reverse to that, we can find who is lowest paid employee. So we can say selecting an employee with lowest salary. Okay, so the issue is almost similar. We can say mini salary. Okay, we can say mini salary is equal to df. Okay, salary dot mean. I'm trying out to write everything so as you can go with me and make sure no one is lagging behind. Okay, so let us find it. So when you click, that's perfect. You can see that is employee with minimum salary. I mean the employee who is paid low salary. Okay, so that is cool. So let's say the next operation on our data set, let's say your boss has told you to filter out the employees from USA. What are you going to do? How are you going to do it? So we can say selecting employees from USA. Okay, that's cool. So we can say df, go to the column country. Okay, then is in, going to use is in, then after we put bracket, square bracket, then USA. Okay, so once we run this cell, you will see true, false, false, true, false, and so on. Okay, so to get out the country names out of true and false, add the df. Okay, and something like this. This depends on how you have actually loaded your data set. Okay, so if you loaded your data set by variable data, make sure you enclose, okay, then put data outside. Okay, so let us run this cell. Okay, now you can see these are the employees from USA. So we are still proceeding with different manipulation of data analysis. I'm really enjoying when I'm lecturing this concept of data analysis because it reminds me of way back in 2018 when I was a student at University X somewhere in this country. Okay, so I remember we had one of instructor who was a masterpiece in data science. So I'm really enjoying. I feel so good. So how do you feel when you're learning data science? So you can drop out, can put the comment below. How do you feel when you get the handful information from data? You are given a lot of data, the bigger data set, and at the end of the day or the final day, you come up with handful information which can help maybe the management, whatever your office, to make a certain decision. I really feel so happy. Maravilloso. So the next thing we can actually do here is let's say we want to select the employees from IT and HR department. So let's say selecting employees from HR and IT department. Okay, so what you can actually do here is df, then in the column we want to filter out which is department. As norm as usual, we are going to use is in. Okay, then you put bracket, put square bracket, then after inside we specify the department's name, IT. Okay, so what happens when I run this cell, you'll actually see true, false, true, false. As I told you that you actually need to do something like this. This is pretty simple. So run. Now you can see these are the employees from HR and IT department. You can be amazed that Drake is IT, but don't focus about that because I was just generating random data set. Okay, so that's cool. Let's say we want to select employees from HR department and IT department, but from USA. As you have seen here, employees from HR department and IT are from USA. There is Brazil, there is Uganda, my neighbors, there is USA, there is Spanish. Okay, so let's say we want to filter out the employees from HR and IT, but specifically the people from USA. How are we going to do this? So this is actually simple. So let me put comment and say selecting employees from HR and IT department, but from USA. Okay, that's cool. So the issues should be very similar. Let's say we are going actually direct to department column, and from department we are checking is in. Okay, then we can say HR IT. That's cool. Okay, so we're going to use and DF. Okay, go to the column country dot is in bracket, let's say USA. Okay, what happens when we run this cell? As I told you, we are getting true and false, so we can do something like this. That's cool. So when we run this cell, you can see these are the employees from HR and the IT department, but specifically the people from USA. Okay, hey, that's amazing. So Beyonce is HR. I don't know. Actually, I don't want to conflict with Jay-Z. I put much respect on you, bro. But this was just a random data set just to make sure we learn something from data analysis and how we can derive the handful information out of data. So let's say we want to filter out employees who are getting paid higher salary, I mean the salary greater than 4,000 USD dollars. Okay, we can say selecting or whatever, you can say getting, selecting employees with salary greater than 4,000 USD dollars in DT for. Actually, it is 40. I don't know these numbers, very confusing. So we can use df lock. Okay, bracket df. Okay, I think I'm confusing you. Let's say let's just start something like this. Then you put salary. One, two, three, four. What happens if we run the cell? You can see true, false, true, false. Okay, so then after do something like this. Look, that's cool. Yes, let's run this cell. Okay, you can see these are the employees who are paid $40,000 plus. Okay, you can see Filmino is administration from country Kenya. This is amazing. While the reality is Firmino is just a striker from Liverpool Football Club of London. Okay, you can see Salah, Alexander. I'm putting all of these names because I'm supporting Liverpool. Okay, so that's when the football comes into the class. So the next thing we're going to do, I think we can say let us get the employee who works from HR and IT. They are from USA and they are getting paid 40,000 USD dollars plus. So we can actually take this, but I'll actually need to put a comment here. Okay, selecting employees from HR and IT department. But these people, these employees should be coming from USA, but getting paid higher than 40,000 USD dollars. So here, the issue is how we can join this and this. Okay. So this is the first time for me to copy. Excuse me, guys. I know a lot of my Udemy students hate copying and pasting, but because I gave the clear description of what this works, the purpose of using it. So when you run this, you can see these are the student from HR and IT, but from USA. Okay. So what we can do here, we can say something like this. Here we can put data. What happens if you run the cell? Okay, that's cool. Then after we can say data dot log. Then we can put brackets and we can say data salary greater than 1, 2, 3, 4. So when you run this cell, we'll get the employees from IT department and HR department from United States of America who are getting paid higher or 40,000 USD dollars plus. That's it. Okay. So the next thing we are actually going to do here, we are actually going to an end. Okay. We are almost approaching to data analysis, how we can make best visualization and making sure that we have a total understanding of how our data set is wired. Okay. So here let's say we want to show unique country. Okay, showing unique country. Showing unique country. So we can say df country dot unique. Okay, this will show us the unique countries from the column country. You can do the same to show up the unique gender, the unique department, and so on. I'm just showing up the way or sharing the experience. Okay, but you can use there's something called the group by. Okay, you can say group by put a bracket group by, let me say this, country dot count. Okay, so you can see this actual group the employees based on their countries. Okay, you can see here there are 2 employees from Brazil, 1 from Italy, 2 from Spain, 5 from USA, and 1 from Uganda. Okay, so that is all about group by. Okay, can say grouping employees based on country. Okay, grouping employees based on country. That's cool. But also, I think I'll need to upload this Jupyter notebook on my GitHub repo so as you can, if you don't want to type everything from the scratch, you can be going along with this Jupyter notebook. Okay, I think it is now a time for us to make a visualization. So let us group by department, and here we start. We are actually going to start visualization. Okay, you can say group by department. So we want to group these employees based on their department. You can see that's all. 1 from administration, 2 from finance, 2 from HR, 4 from IT, 2 from legal, 1 from marketing, and 1 from security. That's me. Okay. So before we proceed, let us use something like this. Let us copy this and paste it here. So instead of count, let's say this is size. Okay, this is size. Okay, you can see one looks the same, but this is very clear. So the next thing we are actually going to do here is let us copy this. No need to copy. We can say department. Okay, something like this. After that, we need to convert this to Python dictionary. Okay, so we can say department to dict. It will actually convert this to dictionary. Okay, dot to dict. That's cool. Let us run. You can see now this is dictionary. So it has key and a value. Key is administration and the value is 1. So we are getting there to make it our data analysis. So I mean our data visualization. Okay, having that, so the next thing we are actually going to do here, can take this. I can say department graph. Department graph. That's okay. Okay. So here we can say department graph dot key. But also copy this. Okay. Now I'm trying. Oh, okay. You can see these are the keys, and these are the values. We are actually going to use the keys and the values from our Python dictionary to plot the graph. Okay. You may be wondering why the instructor is getting from Python data frame and converting the data frame to Python dictionary. Okay, so the end goal is to use the Python generated dictionary to make a data visualization. Okay, so here I would choose to put a comment. Okay, let me copy, and let us copy. Actually, forgive me, I prefer to use me. Okay, let us copy. So you can say visualizing numbers of employees from numbers of, not numbers, actually number of employee from department, from each department. Okay, that's cool. So we actually needed to use Matplotlib. So let us import Matplotlib. .py plot Python plot as plt. I'm really enjoying lecturing this stuff. I don't know. How do you feel, guys? So fig, I wish I should not end this session, but for the sake of time, they say nothing lasts forever, so I actually needed to end it. So x is equal to fig, okay, add the axis, put a bracket, square bracket, 0, 0, 1, 1, right? Okay, then after we can say department is equal to, okay, should be department dot graphs, okay, should department dot keys. So we are actually storing the names of department into variable department. I hope that's clear for you. Employee, we are actually going to take the number of employees and store them into the variable employee. Okay, so paste that. After that, arcs dot bar. Then after we pass in department and employee. Okay, so plt show. Okay, when we run this cell, I hope everything should be okay. You can see 1 from administration, 2 from finance, or 2 from HR, 4 from, and so on. It gives out a clear picture, a bigger picture, a total understanding of your data set. Okay, I think that's okay. So after drawing out the bar graph, I think it's the time now to draw a pie chart, and that is very simple. We can say plt dot pie bracket can pass employee comma labels department, okay, plt dot show. Okay, so when you run this cell, you can see HR, finance. That's cool. But what if we want to make our pie chart more clear? Like let's say we want our pie chart to show the percentage. Okay, our pie chart to show the percentage and the other feature. So let us try out to visualize gender. Okay, gender. I think no need to visualize gender. Let us visualize the same pie chart but with added features like percentage. Okay, so let us copy everything here. The session is taking too long, but as I told you before that this is going to be advanced data analysis. Okay, so here let us specify colors. You can say colors. Okay, colors. Let me say we want green and we want orange. I actually don't know my favorite color, but what is your favorite color? So plt, okay, we need employee labels, thus. So colors is equal to colors, comma. Another feature is putting the percentage. Okay, so we can say auto percentage is equal to 1.2 f, something like that. Let us plot out the graph. That's cool. Okay, but we actually need another colors. Let's say blue. Okay, purple. I don't know if this is how to purple. This is the spelling, correct spelling. Okay, let us add another color. Okay, let us say ready. Okay, let us add another color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And how many departments? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here. Okay, let's say yellow. We need yellow. Okay. I don't prefer black. What is another color? Let me say brown. Think this should be okay. Perfect. You can see this is how our pie chart is looking with percentage. Actually, this sum up the end of this session on how you can do the advanced features of data analysis in Python by using Pandas. I would like to see your comments below. How was the session? Is the session too long? Okay, is our instructor of today understandable? How do you use to do data analysis? What are the tools of your trade when it comes to data analysis into a picture? Do you use Python? Do you use R language and so on? How do you plot your graph? Do you use Matplotlib? Do you use Pandas? I would like to see a lot of comments below the video because in my spare time I enjoy reading what my YouTube viewers think about. Okay, just put any honest comment and I'll work on it. Let us exchange our ideas, our experience about the field of data analysis. So I would like to thank you in 8 different international languages, starting with my native language, Asante Sana. Thank you very much. Muchas gracias. Muito obrigado. Merci beaucoup. Kamza Hamida. Aita Danke. I hope to see you on my next video. Keep on watching. Don't forget to like, put comment and subscribe so as you can be timely updated when we upload a new video. This is Moses and this is Learn Python. Thank you.